He lost everything in one night. His money, his home, his reputation, gone. Most people would panic. Most people would break. But what he did next shocked everyone. His name was Daniel. For years, Daniel had built his life from nothing. Long nights, sacrifices, missed opportunities. He finally made it. A stable business, respect, comfort. Then one night, it all collapsed. A bad deal, one mistake, everything gone. By morning, his phone wouldn't stop ringing. Creditors, friends asking questions, people waiting to see him fail. He sat in silence, staring at the wall. No money, no plan, no idea what to do next. Anyone else would have reacted, panic, blame, desperation. But Daniel did something strange. He didn't move, not out of fear, but out of control. He remembered something he once read. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. So instead of reacting, he thought, carefully, calmly. He asked himself one question. What is still in my control? Not the money, not the past, not what people were saying, just his next move. Rebuild phase. That same day, he made a decision. No complaints, no excuses, no chasing sympathy. He started small, reached out to one person, offered one service, took one step. It didn't look impressive, it didn't look successful, but it was controlled. Day by day, step by step, he rebuilt, silently. Climax, payoff. Months passed. The same people who doubted him started noticing something. Daniel wasn't the same man. He was calmer, sharper, unshaken. He didn't just rebuild his life, he became someone who couldn't be destroyed by circumstances again. Final lesson, powerful close. Most people think strength is about holding on to what you have. It's not. Real strength is staying in control when everything is falling apart. Because at the end of the day, you may lose everything, but if you don't lose yourself, you've already won.
But what people didn't see was how hard it really was. Because rebuilding isn't just physical, it's mental. Every morning, Daniel woke up with pressure, not from the world, but from his own thoughts. What if I fail again? What if this never works? What if people are right about me? These thoughts didn't disappear. He just stopped obeying them. That's something most people misunderstand. Stoicism is not about having no thoughts. It's about not letting your thoughts control you. Daniel still felt doubt. He still felt fear, but he no longer treated those feelings as commands. He treated them as noise. And that changed everything. Then came the hardest part, people. Some pretended to care. Others were curious. Many were quietly judging. You used to be successful. What happened to you? Are you okay? But those weren't real questions. They were reminders of who he used to be. And most people would try to defend themselves, explain, prove something. Daniel didn't. He stopped explaining his life to people who weren't building it. He stopped seeking validation from people who weren't living his reality. He understood something powerful. Not every opinion deserves a response. Sometimes silence is strength. Weeks turned into months, and something interesting started happening. Small wins, not life-changing, not impressive, but consistent. A payment here, a new contact there, a better decision than yesterday. And most people would ignore these moments because they're too focused on big results. But Daniel paid attention because he knew small wins build unshakable confidence. There were days he didn't feel like continuing, days where everything felt pointless, days where quitting seemed easier. But he didn't rely on motivation. He relied on discipline. Because motivation is temporary. Discipline is identity. He didn't ask, "Do I feel like doing this?" He asked, "Is this what needs to be done?" And then he did it. At some point, Daniel stopped obsessing over results, not because he didn't care, but because he understood something deeper. You can do everything right and still not get immediate results. That's life. So instead of focusing on outcomes, he focused on actions, effort, consistency, control. And ironically, that's when results started coming. For the first time in his life, Daniel felt something new. Peace. Not because everything was perfect, but because he was no longer resisting reality. He accepted what happened, not as something good, but as something that happened. And that acceptance freed him. There was one more challenge: comparison. Seeing others succeed, seeing people ahead of him, seeing what he used to have reflected in someone else's life. That feeling can destroy progress. But Daniel changed his perspective. Instead of asking, "Why them?" he asked, "What can I learn?" At this stage, Daniel wasn't just rebuilding externally, he was mastering himself internally. He learned how to pause before reacting, think before speaking, act without emotional chaos. And this made him dangerous, because most people are controlled by emotions, but he wasn't anymore. Just when things started stabilizing, life tested him again. A deal didn't go through, money got delayed, plans didn't work out. The old Daniel would panic, but this version of Daniel didn't flinch, because he had already faced worse and survived. That's where real confidence comes from. Not success, but survival. Not winning, but enduring. Daniel wasn't confident because life was easy. He was confident because he knew, no matter what happens, I'll handle it. Over time, his reputation started returning, not because he chased it, but because people observed him. Consistency builds trust, silence builds mystery, control builds respect, and Daniel had all three. At the end of it all, Daniel realized something most people never understand. Losing everything wasn't the worst thing that happened to him. It was the most important, because it forced him to become someone stronger, someone calmer, someone unbreakable. Life doesn't ask for permission before it changes. It doesn't warn you. It doesn't prepare you. One day, everything can be fine, and the next, everything can be gone. And in that moment, you find out who you really are. Not when things are easy, but when they fall apart. So if you ever find yourself there, with nothing, no direction, no certainty, no control over what just happened, remember this: you still control your response. You still control your mindset. You still control your next move. And that is enough. Because rebuilding doesn't start with money. It starts with control. And if you can master that, then no matter how many times life knocks you down, you will always rise again. Stronger, calmer, unshaken.